Hi Ben, Joe from Melbourne here. I'm looking to break into the housing market but finding it impossible to set up a proper saving plan while trying to rent and manage a family. Do you have any pointers to help get our savings on track?
Joe, that's a great question. And getting into the property market is something that a lot of people are struggling with. We're seeing housing affordability at all-time lows, and with property prices having increased over the last couple of years and the years prior to that, it does mean that it's no small feat getting in. That being said, it is something that's really important for financial security and the future. So it's something that you want to find a way to get right. I'm not saying that it's easy, but the building blocks and what you need to do, they can be relatively simple if you know how to go about doing it. The first thing that you need to do is have a solid spending and savings plan. I don't like the B word too much, but having a good budget where you can see what money you've got coming in, what money going out, and what's left over is all important. The crucial part with that is, though, that you want to make sure that you're still saving at a rate that you're happy with. I get that with a bit of a cost of living crisis that we're seeing at the moment, again, that's not easy, but it all comes down to prioritization, and you've got certain priorities. Buying a home is one of them, saving for the future is another one, looking after your kids is another one, providing for your lifestyle today is another one. And it's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle that you want to move the pieces around until you find a level of balance that you're happy with. When you're buying property in particular, because it is such a big goal and it generally requires a fair bit of work and a little bit of time to get there, an important part of making sure you get there as quickly as possible is keeping yourself motivated to put in the work as you follow the path to get to that end goal. Now, saving, when you know that you need to save for a property deposit, because it is a big amount of money and it seems really far away, if you just think to yourself, well, I think I need, around $50,000 or $100,000, it can seem almost impossible and like you're never going to get there. There is a lot of power in breaking down that goal into exactly what you need to do this week and this month to end up on track. So what I'd really encourage you to do is think through, if you're going to buy a property, how much would you need to spend? How much do you plan to borrow? And how much do you need as your property deposit to actually enter the market? I get that it is a bit of a moving target because how banks assess mortgages and interest rates and those sorts of things are changing all of the time. But how the world looks today is a reasonable sort of expectation for how things might look in the future. Knowing that things might change, I think that taking the time to say, if you were buying a property today, how much money would you need? That's a really great starting point. Then from there, you might say, okay, I need $63,000 to get my property deposit and get into the market. And then you want to go back to your budget and say, okay, what am I currently saving? And how am I going to get there? There's a bunch of great savings goals calculators that are available online. I like the Money Smart ones, which are run by ASIC, essentially run by the Australian government. So you know that there's no funny business going on. And if you know what amount of money it is that you're looking to save, then you can actually just put that in and then it will back solve and tell you how much you need to be saving each week. Then you go back to your budget, try and find a way to make it happen. You might need to prioritize in terms of your timelines and shift things around a bit when you look at how much you can realistically save to get there. Now, that will then give you exactly what you need to do on a weekly basis or monthly basis to get your property deposit together in the time frame that you want. And then you've got a really clear track to run on. You're going to know that it's achievable to get there. You're going to know exactly what you need to do to get there as well. And then each month, instead of just saving for this massive goal that seems really far away, instead you're just doing that incremental piece of work to move you 1 month closer to where you want to be. Then it's just about putting in the work and following it through. To get there, you want to make sure that you're reminding yourself of the progress that's been made and also your progress towards the goal and how close you're getting, so that, again, you're just keeping yourself motivated and on track. Now, if buying property is something that's possible for you in the next 12 months or 24 months, then saving money in cash can be fine and probably the best option to get there. Obviously, this is not financial advice and you should speak to a financial advisor and consider your personal circumstances. And I was never here, this never happened. But if you're saving for longer, like if it's going to take you longer than that, and for a lot of people it will, then you might want to think about doing some investing in the over the time to get there, specifically investing into like shares or managed funds or ETFs that are probably going to get you a little bit more of a return than cash. And then that way you're seeing the money grow a little bit faster. That can help you get to your property deposit sooner as well. Really crucial if you go down that path though, that you educate yourself, potentially get some good advice on making sure that you're choosing good investments so that you know that you've got confidence that your money will actually grow to get you to where you want to be when you want to be there. It is a big goal, but the destination is sort of worth the journey. Break it down into bite-sized chunks. It will make it easier. As they say, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, and keep reminding yourself of the progress that you've made to keep your motivation up as you put in the work to get there. Hope you find that helpful.